Hola, welcome back. This is Ange.
This is Adrian.
Welcome to our motorcycle journey around Spain and Portugal. So we're here to see what more we can discover. So thanks for joining us and welcome back, and we'll see you on the road.
See you on the road.
Mira como el mundo gira nuestro son, cumbia y reggaetón, pulsando con pasión. Tus movimientos me invitan a soñar, como las olas del mar. Vienes y vas, siente el calor de mi mano al rozar. Este es el momento, vamos a bailar. Bajo la luna llena tu piel me llama, como fiesta eterna, nuestra llama en la cama. Con cada paso acercas tu mirada, enciende la noche, nuestra escapada. Tu risa mi canción, tu cuerpo mi morada. Este es el momento, no necesitamos nada.
Okay, now we're on to day 17. We had a really good day yesterday again. Not as many places that we stopped at to see, but it was a really nice day all around. So we had a chance to discover a bit more of Ronda.
Yes, we did.
So we went for a walk around, and in Ronda what we were hoping to see, which we did, were the underground Arabic baths that were in the town. So they were built in, I think the 4th century or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
I have to double check that one. But that was amazing going through them and seeing how it was all set up, and it was interesting to note that the system that was used to provide the steam to the rooms and the cool rooms and everything is really the same system that's used today.
Yeah.
So they came up with all of that.
Technology.
The heating and the plumbing and the cooling and whatnot. So that was really cool to see.
Yeah.
And walk through the baths and have a look at all of that. And what was also interesting to see was that the building that they built, they used the foundations that the Romans had built there.
Yeah.
And they used the columns for the Romans, and they built their arches on top of that to support the internals of the baths. And that seemed to be true with what they did with the old bridge too.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
The foundations were Roman, and then the rest of the bridge is Arabic.
Yeah. So, and while we were there, that being close to the old bridge, we saw the old bridge, walked over it, and had a look at there. The river was pretty much dry when we saw, so we don't know what had tapped all the water away. But again, the gorge is just beautiful. It's so pretty around there.
Yeah, lovely.
It was crazy to see sort of wild fig trees growing everywhere and all sorts of other plants around the area. Really stunning place to look at. So Ronda's a really nice place to stop and visit at.
Yeah.
We did fail on our empanada hunt, unfortunately.
Yes.
So that wasn't open. So we couldn't have our empanadas there that we were so much looking forward to. Yeah. But that failed. But anyway, we moved on from there, and again, it was another day yesterday. We got to the mid-30s or thereabouts, so nice and warm. So it was really nice riding conditions again. And then we rode out of Ronda, I think it was the A367 and A7052. Again, these roads just took you through these huge olive groves and orange orchards as well. So lots of fantastic countryside to see with these incredible mountains in the background that we were able to watch. Again, there was just so much to try and take in, and I didn't take too many videos yesterday. as to what was around, but still well worth looking at and just soaking in the scenery. So it was a nice easy run, relatively quick.
Yeah.
Even though we did cover mid 200 kilometres, something like that. So that was a lot of fun, and then we pulled into a place on the outskirts of Malaga. That was it. So we stopped at a place that was clearly just for the locals.
Yes.
Not a word of English was spoken. It was fantastic. Really nice atmosphere there.
Yeah.
We were joined for lunch by a cat,
Yes.
which befriended Ange.
And became very interested once our fish arrived.
Very much so. So that was a really nice meal as well. We didn't overdo it at time, which was a nice change for us.
Yeah.
And had a great meal, and then we moved on. We had a side detour to a motorcycle shop, a good place to visit. Excuse me, to pick up some helmet comms, because the set that we had with us, they died in the rain.
Yeah.
And they've been working intermittently over the last few days, so we picked up a new set.
Yes,
Spent
we were
way too long.
caught out though by the siesta period.
That's right, yes. So we got there at 3:30 or something, only to find that the siesta finished at 4:30.
Yeah.
So we looked online to see if there was anything else around for what we wanted, and by the time we would have found anything, it was just as quick to sit there and wait. We knew they had what we wanted inside, because we checked that out earlier.
Yeah.
And so we waited for the siesta to finish, went in there, grabbed some new comms for the helmets, which we spent way too long last night trying to work out. We don't know if we've sorted it yet. We'll find out today. So we fitted them to our helmets last night, and went from there. But from that little detour, we came in, and we're in Granada now.
Yes.
So it was a relatively easy ride in. Even I was expecting a lot more traffic considering the size of the town.
We were mainly on A roads, weren't we?
That's right, we were.
Quite fast roads, but still very scenic.
Yeah, so it was the 92 and 44, they were the two A roads that we came in on.
Yeah.
And we seem to be in the centre of 3 universities.
Yeah.
So
a lot of younger people wandering the streets.
For sure. So
there was some sort of police siege that happened too as we arrived.
Yeah, so we walked out to our bike after parking and pulled our panniers off, and there was about 7 police on bikes that turned up with sirens flashing, and everyone came out to an apartment block across the street from where we were staying. Don't know what the go was, but it made all the locals very interested in what was happening. So we just sort of unpacked our gear and went into our accommodation, which is really nice.
It's lovely. It's got a beautiful courtyard in the centre with plants and seating, and it's quite lovely.
Very good. Yes, and then whilst we were unpacking and setting up, Ange discovered this tiny place that we walked up the hill for. So it was a brilliant find. We walked up the hill, and there's a place that's built into the side of the rock, so it's sort of set up as a cave, and it's touted as El Templo del Flamenco. So we saw a flamenco performance where there were 3 dancers that each did solos, and accompanied by this brilliant guitar player and this singer that had just such an amazing voice. So hopefully some of that footage turned out and we'll be able to share some of that. But it was fantastic. So the cave was set up in like an arrow shape. So there was the main central corridor, which we were sitting in, and we discovered afterwards there were 2 wings on the side that were sort of diagonally facing the stage and all centred toward the stage. And the acoustics inside were just fantastic. So we managed to get there. It started at 8 p.m. and we got there about a minute to 8.
We were very lucky that they would take walk-ins. So
yes, indeed. And the guy at the front, again, really, really friendly. He went and started processing our payment. He's like, we'll sort this out afterwards. Go and watch the show. We'll pay later. Everything in Spanish, so nothing was said in English. The whole show was in Spanish as well, which is really nice too. That was... It felt like it went for 5 minutes. The show went for about an hour, and it was just incredible. One thing after the next, and each performer was amazing. Really incredible. there's no way to be able to capture the atmosphere or anything on film, but hopefully get a little bit of a taste and a sense of what we did experience.
Yeah.
So highly recommend seeing something like that if you're in the area. So that was a really nice find by Edge. We left there and then started wandering the streets again, as we do, and came across the Alhambra.
Yes, that's right. Well, we were kind of on a search for it because it is one of the well-known places to see in Granada. It's the 8th wonder of the world. So a monumental sort of city that's behind a walled fortress that was constructed by the Arabic population when they inhabited this area, and that this area was inhabited by the Arabs for longer than anywhere else in Europe, for quite a number of centuries.
Indeed.
It's Alhambra. It stands for Red Castle in Arabic.
There we go.
Yeah, and we saw it, seeing it at night was amazing. So
Yeah.
we've managed to find this great lookout point to see across towards it, and it's sort of situated on the top of a large sort of cliff sort of hillside. So quite stands out, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was amazing to see. Like, we looked on the map that we had in our hand. It looked like a pretty easy walk to it, but there had to be a massive gorge between us and where it was.
Yes.
So we didn't quite walk there,
No.
but that's okay. We managed to sort of weave our way through the streets again after taking all of that in.
Yeah.
And finding this really cool vegan restaurant. They had a great menu, lots and lots of good choices on there. And we initially sat outside, and then the wind picked up and it started raining. So we moved inside, and again, it's a brilliant little building. These little archways were in a tiny alcove for ourselves, and the two people that were running the place, they were so friendly and very helpful. And the food was just brilliant, really nice.
Yeah, it was.
And we sort of sort of indulged with a chocolate fondue for dessert.
Yeah,
so
it came with fruit.
Lots of fruit,
kind of
so 3/4
negated the calories.
We need calories. So that was really nice, and then the rain eased a little bit by the time we'd finished dinner, and then we had a sort of a quick wander back to our apartment in the rain, but it was a nice walk in, and then when we got back here, again stuffing around with the headset and the Bluetooth setup, but we did that. But it was again a brilliant day yesterday, looking at the things that we did see.
Lots of highlights.
Yeah, for sure. So no doubt there'll be more to come today. So we've just had a phone call before saying we need to check out because we've dragged the chain yet again. We're almost back, so we'll load the bike up, jump on the road, and see where the next instalment takes us.
Yeah.
See you soon.
See ya.
We're back for our day 18. Getting close to the end, unfortunately, but no, we're still enjoying ourselves very, very much so. So yesterday morning we had a little bit of time in Granada.
We did.
And some more fun facts about it.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to circle back firstly to Alhambra, the Red Castle and Fortress. Because one thing that's quite interesting about it is that it was inhabited by the French for a short period of time during the Napoleon War. That was between 1810 and 1812. And as the Allies began to take back that area, they tried to destroy the whole area, the whole Alhambra. So they wired it up with dynamite, but whilst 8 towers were blown up, a local Spanish soldier, Jose, was able to save what remains today.
Good old Jose.
Yes, good old Jose.
Saved the day for us.
He did. Another interesting thing about Granada is its temperature range. Yes, so it is in summer. Generally, every day is over 40 degrees, but then it drops to freezing temperatures in winter, and it's very close to the most southern ski resort in Europe, which is the Sierra Nevada. And in fact, they celebrate the last day of their snow season by having skiing in Togs Day.
Swimmers, for those who speak English. So, but we did experience some of the weather changes. So we went from a 35-degree day the day before yesterday to yesterday morning and dropped down to 13 degrees just as we pulled out of town.
Yes.
And it was quite strange riding in yesterday. We were commenting, seeing the ice signs on the roads, and we were sort of sweltering as we were riding on these roads.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just amazing, the temperature changes in the area, and the geography is just stunning.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
you
all the rock
can
formations.
see why, well, I don't know if that's why it's called Sierra Nevada, but it had that sort of feel to it, didn't it? Like a Nevada desert.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it was incredible to ride through, there's no doubt about that. So it was all good. So yeah, so Granada turned out to be another little gem for us on the Discovery
Certainly
Drive.
did. Yeah. One of the other towns in Granada, not one that we went through, but it's called Bechulas. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Is that how you'd say it?
Bechulas, yeah. Maybe.
Is known for celebrating New Year's Eve at a strange time of year in August. And that was because of an electrical blackout that they had back in December of 1994, which prevented them from celebrating New Year's Eve at the time, and so then they decided they'd just do it at a different time of year, so they did it in August instead. And they've continued that tradition to this day.
There we go. Let's see how long that one lasts.
Yep.
So there we go. So yeah, so it seems to be steeped with tradition around here, with strange customs that they have.
Absolutely.
Well, strange to us anyway. So, which is part of the fun of all this discovery.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So it was, a nice ride as we left out of there, and then we left there not too far from there. We stopped at a small village called Quadix, and hopefully we've said that correctly. And most of the dwellings there are built inside the side of the hill, so they're all sort of cave houses to sort of compensate for the temperature fluctuations, just so they maintain a steady temperature there. Yeah,
there's over 2,000 cave houses in the area. And in fact, some of them were originally constructed by the Arabs when they were fleeing from the Catholic monarchy as they took back over that area in 1492.
There we go. Yeah, so it was quite strange riding through that area. Like, some of the houses have been completely restored and really meticulously maintained.
Yes.
And then others are just completely run down. It was, quite a contrast to there. It had sort of had a feel for the, like a real sort of deserty remote town, but it was attached to quite a large part of the city, which was pretty cool to see.
Yes, there was an impressive church there.
Indeed.
Yeah. And we walked all around it, and the back had all of these ornate carvings, including the gargoyles.
That's right. Yeah. Saw a couple of them.
Yeah.
So it was. It was quite a. It was weird to sort of see so many differences in such a small area. So the dwellings themselves reminded me a little bit of the town of Cooper but without the opals and without the big holes everywhere that people have mined all around Cooper but and also it sort of strangely reminded me again of one of the scenes in the original Star Wars fans, but the one that came out first, where they grew up in these little sort of stone rounded sort of hut dwellings in the middle of nowhere. So very cool. So we've taken a few photos of that, and hopefully that will be able to post that in here.
There's also evidence of Roman inhabitation in Quadix as well.
That's right.
And we saw that near where we parked our bike.
Yeah, indeed. So that was like it was a temple, baths or something there.
Roman theatre.
Theatre, that's what it was.
Yes, that was used, I think, between the year 25 and approximately 300 AD by the Romans.
A couple of years older.
Yes, yes. And was only discovered in 2008 when they were constructing a car park.
As you do. Yeah, so yeah, we've seen some remnants of that around the place.
Even here in Murcia.
That's right. Yeah, so we'll touch on that now. So there's a building of one of the historical societies there around the corner from where we're staying at the moment, and they've built the building around what they've discovered there, and there's all glass walls around it, and they've built the foundations out of steel for the current building.
Yes.
But inside there you can see the original walls and foundation for a building that was originally built there.
Yeah.
Not too sure when that was built, so what time that was built.
Yeah.
So it was, pretty cool to see how they've preserved it all.
Yeah, quite fascinating.
Indeed. Yes, so after we left Guadix, we had a quick stop at what felt like a really strange town, Puerto Lumbreras. We rode in just as a break, because we've been on the bike for an hour and a half or a couple of hours, and we just stopped there for a leg stretch and of course an afternoon snack. And it was quite strange. Like the place felt like it had been developed and built as a major sort of tourist attraction.
Yeah.
Buildings were all painted up, and there was lots of signs and trees and all the rest of it, but they were all run down. And it just had a really weird feel to it. I can't sort of put my finger on it. So it was sort of, there's new construction happening there, but there's sort of lots of buildings that have been sort of run down.
Yeah.
But we found a little cafe where the lady was running it solo, and it was really busy because there weren't too many places open.
Yeah.
And she was flat out, but we had a nice little stop there.
Yeah.
Good to have a look around. So that was really nice. And again, for the bikers out there, we left Granada on the A92 and then rode along the 342 to get to where we are now in Murcia. So this is sort of feels like a more modern city, more bustling, with a river that runs through the centre of it. As we were trying to find the place, we saw that they were set up on a big area next to the river for Oktoberfest. Wrong country, but anyway, when we got here, they had a really cool sound system, as we discovered later on, and massive setup there for people to celebrate that. But we had a good walk around the city itself, and with nothing in particular to see. But we did come across, by chance, a memorial which was being set up for Juan de la Cierva, sorry about the pronunciation again, and he was the inventor of the autogyro, which is the precursor to our modern day helicopter. So he was a self-taught aeronautical engineer. He was a civil engineer by trade, and he invented the autogyro, and that was in 1920, and in 1923 was the first successful flight of a rotary wing aircraft by him. So that was pretty cool to see that. We sort of chanced upon that. We read about that before we left, and came across his little memorial, which was pretty cool. And so from there we continued to walk both sides of the river where we could, seeing old and new bridges again. And then we came looking for somewhere to eat, and there was a whole bunch of places that seemed sort of not really what we were after. And then we stumbled upon another relatively small but really busy tapas bar, which we found out was opened in 1926, run by 4 generations, and the place was shoulder room at the bar. You could sort of barely get into the place, and we managed to jag a table for 2. People were sort of at the bar waiting for tables, and we had no idea what was on the menu.
Oh no, that was a bit potluck, really.
That was great. So that was part of the fun. So we went through the menu, and they came out with a piece of paper, and they just said, write down what you want for your order, and then they give it to us, which was worked out in our favour because we had a chance to sort of peruse the menu and really dig through what we wanted. And all this amazing food came out.
Oh, it was lovely.
Yeah, it was really cool. And it was we'd finished pretty much everything, because we had a tiny table because they put as many tables into this place as they could fit, and food just kept on coming, and they pretty much had to wait till we finished one part before they took the plate down and threw another plate down with more food on it. And the waiter, he was fantastic, really helpful, really friendly. And we were sort of cramped on this tiny little table eating this amazing food.
And we thought we were finished.
It's
like,
exactly.
okay,
we should be done.
Yeah, we're
forgotten
done
what we
now.
wrote down. And then another plate came out of food. I was like, okay, we have to do this. So we did that, and that was wonderful. But the place had such a nice vibe to it. There was just so much noise with chatter and laughter and talking and whatnot. And what stood out to me was looking around the room. Not one person had their phone out. No one was looking at their phone. No one was staring at it. No one was texting or typing.
It's all about conversation.
It was, and it was really noticeable. And we've noticed that pretty much everywhere we've been. We've not seen groups of people standing around staring at their devices. But it's been that was a really good experience. So when we sort of rolled out of the building there, we got ourselves lost wandering the streets again at night.
We did.
But again, we saw more parts that we hadn't seen earlier on, and we made it back to our hotel. And came in here and sort of crashed. And so we're almost ready to start our next day. So we're going to jump outside. Hopefully find an empanada, because there was promises of some outside last night.
There certainly was, yes, and we're still on a hunt for a vegetarian empanada.
Yep, indeed.
We did find gigantic cakes.
That's right. That massive croissant that was probably about this big. And lots of massive pastries that was just outside, and a really cool shop where you can buy everything from egg timers to paella dishes of various sizes to chain to everything. It was like a hardware shop come kitchen supply place come everything else just down the road.
Yes. And then there was also a surfing shop that we found too. There's some really nice surfboards and a bar.
So really cool boards in there, which seems really odd, but we are close to the coast. So and really good skateboards in there too. So that was really cool.
And a bar.
Yes. But and I can't remember if I remembered Zagalas was the name of the place, the tapas place that we had dinner at. I can't remember if I said that or not. But so that was us. So hopefully we'll be on our way soon again. We'll grab the bike, load it up, and then see what happens.
See what today brings.
Indeed. Looking forward to another day on the road again. All right. We'll have fun. See ya. welcome back. Good morning. It's day 19 for us now.
Yes.
And we're here in our, what we've dubbed as the castle.
Yes.
So it's this incredible set of rooms, really, that Ange found for us to stay in. Yeah, amazing in the old part of town. This really old building, which has been amazingly furnished. Like there's like 3 libraries of books in here.
Yep.
Day beds, sofas, everything.
Massage chairs.
Massage chair even in the corner. Yes, that's right. So anyway, but yeah, well, so we're here in Sagunto, and we left yesterday. We left Mesilla yesterday, and it was a successful morning in Sagunto. We found our empanadas, so major challenge done.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
They were happy. They were actually empanadillas, so small ones, but very good nonetheless. So that was a nice way to kick off the day for a win.
Yes.
But then we also found
a market. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Big food hall.
Yeah.
So 2 levels. So the downstairs seemed to have been all meat and fish.
Yeah.
And upstairs was all fruit and nuts and veggies.
Yeah.
And so we had to do that, and we bought some more figs and some more mixed nuts through some very rough translation.
Yes.
So that was a bit of fun. And then we set out on one little plaza thing on the side of the road. Yeah. We enjoyed some of them.
We did.
Before putting our helmets back on and jumping on the road. So it was a nice way to see the 2 ends of the day where we were, and the different cafes that were open in the morning, and the different feel that it had from the evening to the morning.
Yeah, that's right.
So Mesilla was another pleasant surprise for us.
It certainly was.
Indeed. And after we left Mesilla, we headed off along the coast to Alicante. Yep. And again, nice little surprises there.
Yeah.
So we jumped off the bike, managed to cross a very busy road twice.
Yes. I realised we should go underneath.
Yes. So underneath this bridge, which joins the shopping and eating district to the actual waterfront itself, we came across all this Latin and salsa dancing going on. People just were dancing under the bridge. So that was interesting. They seem to, some people were set up with picnics and whatnot in this concreted area.
But they've had music playing from like a large sort of stereo system. And couples were dancing away of various ages. And, it looked like a lot of fun. Yeah, they were all having a great time, which was really nice to see. And that was pretty much when the sand finished, this concrete area started and people were just dancing. Because of the way it was funneled and it was a little tunnel, there was an awesome breeze that was running through it, so it was nice and cool under there too. Yeah. Which was very cool. So we took that in and we decided to walk along the waterfront there and walk past one of the marinas which had a yacht club attached to it. Yeah. And we found this tiny little cantina right on the edge of the water where we decided to stop for lunch. Had a really nice lunch there. Yeah, it was lovely. That was a lot of fun. So that was good. A nice way to sort of break up the morning, very leisurely start to the day. Yep. And we enjoyed that and then wandered back to the bike. But we did find out that in Alicante there's some weirdness that happens there every year. Yes, there is. There is a flower fight festival, which is started by married men on the 28th of December, a group of 14 married men who make up some bizarre rules that the locals are required to enforce. And if you break the rules, you either pay a fine or you get covered in flour and eggs and locked up. That's a nice way to start the day. Yeah. Indeed, yes. So, and at the end of the day, what they do is all the money that's gathered for the fines for breaking those obscure rules that are made up by these 14 married men, they're all donated to charity. So they're not too sure when that started. No. It's a couple of centuries ago? Yeah, a couple of centuries ago, but the origins are uncertain. Yeah, so another little weird tradition here in Spain. Yes, exactly, yeah. Another thing about Alicante that we noticed as we were driving through, we could see a line of people at the base of the cliff, and there was a sign saying, well, roughly translated, Castle of Santa Barbara.
Barbie's house.
Barbie's house, that's right. And we looked that up later to see what it was all about, but it's one of the largest medieval fortresses in Spain on the top of the cliff there, and the line was people lining up to catch the lift to the castle. And its fortress has sort of 3 sort of levels to it, and each of the levels is been built in a different period. Yeah, so the top level is the oldest. It's the sort of the 12th century, and then subsequently 14th and 16th centuries.
There we go. So a little surprising town for us there.
Certainly was.
Yeah, so it was a beachside town, which one of the beaches was just absolutely packed with people.
Yeah.
And the next 2 that we came across were pretty much empty. So we decided to go to the empty end and enjoy the peace and quiet there, which was really nice.
Yeah, it certainly was. A nice way to break up our ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So after that we went on the road, and then we did the rabbit run to Sagunto, where we are now.
Yeah.
So that was a very, very windy, blustery ride down the freeway.
Yeah.
But the scenery was just brilliant.
It certainly was. We were hugging the coast for a fair bit of the ride, so we would get glimpses of the water, and plus the staggering cliffs on the other side, and interestingly, the use of terracing on the very steep cliffs as well. Such a significant amount of work gone into terracing the hillsides, and sometimes it was quite unsure why that effort had been gone to, as there was no house in sight or no gardens in sight.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they all had these sort of stone wall, looked like retention walls on them, and some of them were planted out with crops like orange trees, I believe.
Yes.
And others, like you were saying, there was nothing to them. And, and again, they went up for tens of metres, so they were massive. So anyway, that was an interesting little find. But again, the scenery all along the way was just beautiful.
It certainly was.
Really nice. A nice contrast having the ocean on our right and then these incredible mountains on our left.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. So then when we arrived here in Sagunto, we found there was another festival going on.
Yes.
Another town festival happening, so there were flags everywhere.
Yeah.
And we found our castle to stay in.
Yep.
Managed to decrypt all the codes to get in, and then we just decided to do a bit more discovering.
Yep.
So from our window, we could look out, or one of the many windows here, there was a view up to the top of the street where you could see this very old wall and remnants of the castle, or parts of the castle that we could see. That were built in the 5 BC.
5 BC, that's right, by the Iberians.
Yeah, so it goes back a long way. So we decided to trundle up the hill, which is a very steep hill, and have a look, and we came across a Roman theatre that's being restored at the moment, and then the castle was further up the top of the hill. Some of that was gated and we couldn't get through.
That's right, yeah. And part of the more intact component of that walled area is called the Temple of Diana.
Yes, there we go. Indeed, so that was all very nice. And then we wandered back through town and didn't really see anywhere to have dinner, so we had a look at the festival where there was some traditional dancing going on. So it looked didn't appear to be in Spanish attire. It seemed to be more sort of Arabian style.
Yes.
Or Middle Eastern or whatever it was. So that was interesting to see. There was all this dancing going on stage with a full live band supporting the dancers there. But most of the places seemed to be set up just for drinks and whatnot. So we were needing something a bit more substantial to eat. And walked back to the castle, and across the road from our hotel, well, literally across the road from the hotel, you can see the front door from our bedroom window, this great little restaurant, and we met the chef, who was incredibly inviting, really gracious, especially with his time, and tried to explain everything, because the menu came out, and couldn't really make out most of what was on there, but then discovered it was all written in Catalan.
Yeah.
So we hit the Google Translate thing, got a rough translation, and then one of the other waitresses asked if we needed the menu in English.
Yeah.
So it came over, and it was very different to the first one, so we couldn't really pair the two together.
No.
But the chef came out and explained each of the parts of the menu and how he put his own little twists on there. Some twists that he'd put for traditional Spanish meals, he'd put some Asian influence into it, some was African influence into it. Obviously, again, lots of Spanish stuff as well, but then using some of the local produces too. So, so between his English and our poor Spanish, we managed to get something together, sort of. And then these tapas type meals came out for a while, and each one of them was just stunning.
Oh yeah, amazing.
He was such a good chef, he was incredible. So that was really nice tasting all of that food.
Yeah.
And the staff were seemed very, very chuffed that we were enjoying it so much.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was so nice.
It was, and oddly enough, we were the only ones in the restaurant the whole time.
Yeah.
Which was interesting, because we thought we might have been early to start with, but we were there for an hour and a half, 2 hours or something.
Yep.
But no, we were the only ones there. Everyone must have been just down the road getting drunk. So
Maybe.
that was about it. But so that was our little enjoyment of Sagunto here.
Yes, there was actually a couple of other things that happened in
There probably
Sagunto
was.
too.
Okay.
When we were exploring the streets, we came across a church
Oh yes, that's
that
right.
had an interesting display cabinet set up inside, didn't
That's
it?
right. Yeah, I think I've been traumatised and I've blocked that from my mind. So, because when we saw it, there was a big crowd walking towards this church, and it was a Playmobil exhibition where all these hundreds of Playmobil figures were all set up in different cabinets throughout the church and set up with different scenes of the crucifixion of Christ.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
But in a modern setting.
Yeah.
So it had all these people dressed up reenacting it with all these figures.
Yeah.
It was just weird.
It was very strange.
Yeah, so we didn't take any photos of that to start with. Then when we were walking back after looking at the ruins and the castle up the top of the hill, there was no one there. So I was like, we've got to take a photo of this. It's just too weird. So hopefully the footage worked out and you'll be able to get a glimpse of what we're talking about. Yes, so thank you for reminding me.
That's all right. Yeah, no problem at all. Something else to mention about Sagunto. A couple of things actually.
Yeah.
Firstly, it had an unusual previous name that used to be on its minted coins.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. So this place used to be called Arse.
Yeah.
So Arse probably. But, so I don't know why they changed it.
I don't know either.
So the Arse was Spain. But anyway, it was a interesting little historical fact about the place.
That's right. And then Sagunto also has its own, unique festival. In fact, it's slightly up the road. It's in El Puig?
Puig.
Okay. Closer to Valencia than Sagunto anyway.
Yeah. So 20 minutes down the road or something.
Yeah. So this one involves dead rats, as you do.
Yep.
Celebrated in the last Sunday of January, and started because they'd fill up their piñata-esque type,
Their
cucañas, with lollies and
Could be sucañas maybe. Anyway.
with sweets and fruits and things, and leave them sort of hanging up overnight, but the rats would get into them. And so by the time they were breaking them open with their sticks, both the treats would come out, but also these rats.
Yep.
So as a result, they thought, well, why not just put dead rats in there?
Indeed, yeah. So initially they beat the rats with the sticks and killed them.
Yes.
And then now they put dead rats in there and then they throw them at each other.
That's right.
When they break open these cucañas or sucañas, they're pronounced. And so that one happens in January at some point.
Yeah, that's right.
So so if you come here in January and have a rat hurled at you, it's all good to throw one back.
That's right.
It's all in good fun. Yes. So another little weird tradition we found on our travels.
Yes.
So it's all good. But yeah, it looks like today we've got a very long day on the road.
Yeah.
So we've decided to try and get up a bit earlier. We'll get there. So we'll load up the bike shortly.
Yeah.
Again, and hit the road. We'll see where today takes us.
Yes.
But yeah, it's sad to leave our castle here. But it's been a very, very nice day, that's for sure.
Certainly has.
Yeah, certainly enjoyed our time here in Sagunto.
Yeah.
And looking forward to what today holds for us.
Certainly are.
So we'll hit the road and start our day 19.
Yep.
See you soon.
See you.